But shoot, man, we might as well go live. I was gonna do a countdown, but shoot, we been about this life.
Oh, let's
What you
do
got
it.
going on, man? How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How about yourself?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm out here early morning enjoying this West Coast life. Um, growing up out here, it's a different mindset, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. It's people say it ain't where you're from, it's where you're at. A lot of times, where you came from helps form your mindset, the way you see the world. And if you don't take control of it or change it or adjust it to serve you, it can take over. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I mean, when it comes down to mindset, your mindset is everything because your mind is what drives you to go in a certain direction, a certain path. So if your
Yeah.
mindset is all jacked up, for lack of words, all fucked up, you going in a fucked up pattern or a fucked up path. Versus if your mindset is actually on the goals, your mindset is goal oriented. Your mindset is focused on a specific goal or something that you want to actually overcome or actually go towards. That's tends to be where your mind actually goes most of the time.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize just how powerful your mind actually is. Just think of it like this, and this is an example I like to use when it comes down to mindset. Go outside and look at everything in your surroundings, whether you're at work or you're home or whatever. All that was once an ideal in somebody's head that actually
Right.
came into fruition. So when it comes down to your mind, what's more powerful on the earth? Is it money? Is it clothes, fashion? Is it religion? Or is it an idea? Because the idea drives everything else around you. So
Right.
your idea comes from having the right type of mindset.
I agree, man. Look, I was just talking to some friends last night. I have a video I did years ago called The Blue Theory. And I grew up in Long Beach, California, where you couldn't wear red, right? It wasn't like a law that was written down. It was just that's what you knew. You wore blue. And I haven't lived in Long Beach in 37 years. And I still have to force myself to wear red. Everything I wear, well, I got the fluorescent on today. But most of the time you see me, if you go back and look at all the videos, it's derivatives of blues and blacks because that was what kept me safe in the neighborhood. And I haven't lived in that environment in forever. But it formed a habit that I stick to. And so the only way it breaks is if when I go out and purposely buy, some red sweats or some red shoes. But my normal, and that's why like a lot of times your mindset is on autopilot. You know what I'm saying? And you'll just keep on going um, along the way. And I like the fact that like I know where you're from, right? I know you're from Pensacola.
Yeah.
So I could tell you've done a lot to undo a lot of the ways of thinking from people who live in Pensacola, because a lot of people never leave Pensacola. You know what I'm
Most
saying?
people don't. Yeah, most people don't leave.
Yes, yes. And I recognize how that what they call stinking thinking can kind of help you self-sabotage. Because if you were told as a kid that you wasn't gonna be shit, because that's what some of our elders did. If you can't do this, and I tried that business shit, man, it don't work. That's what my elders told me when I told them I wanted to be in business for myself. So a lot of times you can't share your vision and your dreams with someone who gonna piss on it. You know what I'm saying?
Or better yet, you can't let somebody's mindset influence your vision or your dreams. You can share it with
Especially when
anybody.
you respect them. That's the hard
Yeah.
part. Like when you're young, you might respect this particular uncle or that aunt, and then they'll guide you in a way, and they'll instill their fears into your mind, and so you got to do the work to undo that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, man. I had an aunt when I was 11 years old. Tell me one of my matter of fact, my favorite aunt actually told me that I came up to her and I said, aunt, one day, auntie, one day I'm gonna be a millionaire one day. I was 11 years old, so I'm gonna be a
Yeah,
millionaire one day. Just watching TV. I think we was watching. That's back when the Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous was on TV back then. you,
yeah.
you remember that old show, yeah? And I said, I'm gonna be a millionaire one day. And she sat me down and said, you will never be a millionaire. That's not in our bloodline for us to be millionaires. She said, only thing
Mm,
we could ever want in life is to be comfortable.
yeah.
So
And
when I get
that's
my
hard.
first,
That's hard, but especially when you respect that person and you're young, and that's why you got to surround yourself. Your environment has to be of people who are either gone in the direction you've gone in or heading in that direction. You can't sit at the junction. You can't go to the airport and not buy a ticket. You can look like you're doing successful shit. You can go to the airport. You can have a piece of luggage, but if you're not getting on that plane, you're really not moving. You know what I'm
oh
saying? The
yeah,
airport
oh yeah,
ain't meant to stay. You feel me?
it's meant to keep, everything is meant to keep moving. If you're not changing, then what you're doing?
Yeah, that's why it's called currency. It has to move.
Yeah, it
You know what
has
I'm
to
saying? It
move.
has to move. It has to move to work. And you might as well just try to make it work in your favor, man. Because like right now, people are afraid of the stock market. I seen an article talking about, oh, crypto ain't shit, and OBJ lost all this money in it, and that it's the fear that they're putting in, and when they're pumping that fear, the same person who wrote that article is probably loading up on Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, they've been having Bitcoin bashing, cryptocurrency bashing campaigns for the last 8-9 years, man. To be honest,
Right.
let's be real. Let's be real. Every time crypto actually dips, actually goes into a bearish market, they always have bashing campaigns against cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin. But let's be for real. You can actually look at the numbers on everything. Bitcoin is progressively growing every single year, every single bull market, and every single bearish market. Bitcoin grows bigger in the bull market.
Yeah.
So we got to stop. We got to get out of this mindset of the average investor. It's a reason why 83% of investors actually lose money. It's because y'all know what the hell y'all doing.
Right.
You got to have a mindset.
It's emotional. It's emotional, man. And it's FOMO. It's fear of missing out. People want to buy it at the hype instead of buying it when it's down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For instance, just to check out how many people are actually talking shit about SHIB right now. Because, I lost so much money in SHIB. Yet the people who actually bought SHIB this time last year are still millionaires. It's a reason for that. They actually got onto the play early when everything was down versus everybody that's getting onto the plays when it's rising up. You never go after a stock, cryptocurrency, or anything when it's on the height of that thing. Ever. I don't care if it jumps up 100%. You don't buy it when it's up 100%. You want to wait till it's down in the red.
Right. I remember. I guess the what's that? The statute of limitations is over. But when I was a young man, I used to, move to Northwest Florida. Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Not 30 miles from crypto. What year you were born, Crypto Cliff?
No, 85.
Okay, so I got there. You was 3 years old. I'm coming up to Pensacola. But anyway, I get to Fort Walton Beach, and I'm not a drinker, but this is when Ice Cube made St. Ides and 8 Ball, when people was drinking that, right? Well, they didn't have that in Northwest Florida. And so I found out, I don't know how I found out, maybe just listening, and that 40 ounce was 79 cents in Texas. And so when I went home, I bought 3 cases and put them in the back of my 86 Jetta. And I took them to Florida, and I sold each one of those bottles for $5. You know what I'm saying? And it was, and people bought it because they were excited about in the news. 40 ounces in all the rap song, Old English 800, St. Ides. And all I did was buy low and sell high. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people say, and it's illegal. I think it's interstate commerce of selling alcohol. It wasn't no license. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, the thing is that people willing to buy high, you don't want to be that person. You want to be that person who gets it low. For when it's, how many people were complaining that Bitcoin was too expensive when it hit an all-time high at 60,000, and you was like, hey man, just wait. It's January, February, it's gonna go down to $30,000, $40,000. That's when you get in. That's your own ramp. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get on when there's a whole bunch of traffic. You want to get on when you got to the fast lane. This is what people have been praying for, and then they get scared. You know what I'm saying? Or they want to laugh about it, but this is the time to really be digging in.
This is definitely the time to be buying up in large amounts of quantities, to be honest, man, to be completely honest. Right now, with everything in the red, it's the perfect time to buy. Especially on premium cryptocurrencies. It's not the perfect time to go in and try to buy a lot of these shit coins, SHIB, Doge, whatever. Even I know Elon Musk actually put another campaign out saying that if McDonald's actually, started accepting Dogecoin, he'll eat a Happy Meal on camera. And I honestly, I just said side note on this right here. I think he's just doing that so he can kind of count his losses, lessen his losses on the Doge play. I think he actually put more money into the Doge than he thought it was, and he's trying to cut his losses. But anyway, you want to buy into these coins right now. Right now is the perfect time to be buying these cryptocurrencies. But most of y'all are scared because most of y'all run off FOMO. The average person is a follower. Let's just be completely honest. I know people right now that I went to high school with. Like, for instance, the most popular girl I went to high school with had a whole entire crew of women who followed her in high school, everywhere.
Yeah.
Now, because they don't have the leadership mentality, this is 20 years ago. This year being 20 years I've graduated high school. They've literally followed this chick into poverty. they still follow her. You get what I'm saying? You didn't follow. You got to follow. You got this follow mentality so much. You following somebody so much that you didn't follow this chick into poverty.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, it takes a certain amount of leadership to do everything. You got to take the initiative.
Right.
Scared money don't make money.
Right.
The thing with people is, man, people want to be too comfortable, and in being in the investment game or being a success game, period. You got to have some certainty of uncomfort. You got to be uncomfortable somewhere. Be uncomfortable some type of way. You're not going to be comfortable. You got to put the work in. You think everything we doing is comfortable just because we on camera, we talking, it looks easy to us. This right here is complicated sometimes. You know what I mean?
Man. It's even the part where I don't think people see, like, with your schedule and my schedule, I think people think entrepreneurs, investors, work less or sit around. If they really knew that the way our minds work, that we're sitting up in the middle of the night trying to figure out a better way to serve our family, to help our friends, and to help ourselves, it would drive some folks crazy, man.
Oh yeah, man. A lot of people don't have the mentality to do it. They're not mentally capable of doing it.
Yeah.
Where they are, they just don't want to do it.
And look, that's okay, right? That's okay. Like if you're on the job, still take parts of what you're doing, because I think the problem with the crypto craze is people hear the stories of someone who did it overnight. I bought this obscure coin, $1,000. It went up 1,000,000%, and now I'm doing it. Right? That's great. Those are great stories. But taking, like you said, a percentage of what you're doing and buying it every week, this is the time where that dollar cost averaging is really the best strategy that's really, really working. You know what I'm saying? And in entrepreneurship and investing, if you're having let's say, a cash flow problem in January, it's because of something you did or didn't do, maybe in October. You know what I'm saying? And so today, the actions you take today in January, you're going to look like a fucking genius by, April or March or whenever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Just imagine the people who actually bought into the market this time last year. We already seen who the average person who actually bought $1,000 worth of sheep in January of last year gained 2.1 million off that play. We've seen the average person who bought Cardano this time last year actually gained 11,000 from $1,000 investment last year. It's all about preparing today for a better future tomorrow. You have to be prepared. Those people that say, okay, I gained 200,000-300,000 on a play in crypto. And for instance, you're talking to one right now. I gained almost over 200K on the Doge play. But guess what? I bought Doge in 2017.
Right.
I prepared for these plays back then. You have to prepare now for the future gains. Nobody's going into the crypto market on day one and say, I'm throwing $1 in something, I'm going to make $30,000. No, that person has actively been preparing in the crypto market, actively been trading the crypto market for years, and they just came up on a lucky play.
Yeah.
Let's be completely honest.
Yeah, and look what luck is. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So the luck, I remember you telling me the Doge play, you had $80 left somewhere and you put it over there 3 years before it popped. You know what I'm saying? And so some people would call that luck. I remember, I'm a Lakers fan. I remember when the Lakers beat the Sacramento Kings. Sacramento Kings were the best team in the league. And Shaq shot the ball, Kobe shot the ball, batted it out to Robert Horry, and he made a three that won the game. And Vlade Divac said it was luck. He said, man, this is what I do. I'm Big Shot Rob. This is what I've been doing. I'm prepared. So right now we want to talk about this season. We want to get prepared. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when that opportunity comes, you can strike. You don't want to be the person who could have done it and didn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And we've all done that in some iteration. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most people are shoulda, coulda, woulda people. Just be real. Most people, I wish I would have did this. I wish I would have did that. You see the old cats in the barbershops. Man, back in the day, man, I was the king on the basketball court. I did this. No, what you doing right now?
Yeah. What happened? What happened was. And a lot of us do self-sabotage, man. And I'm not gonna front here and act like I haven't been guilty of it sometime, but I've had a lot of confidence growing up. But I was in an environment where people couldn't see past the end of the month. And so they told me I was too ambitious. You too ambitious. You think you're gonna do this, you think you're gonna do that. You ain't gonna do this, And so I used to use that against people. So my primary success was because I was trying to prove others wrong, right? And it wasn't until my freedom came when I stopped trying to prove to other people who wasn't doing shit that I was the shit. I'm gonna let my work and my walk talk for me. I'm not trying to impress you or trying to overcome your mindset. And that's the thing. Like a lot of times, it could be our spouses, it could be our elders, it could be some of our friends, the ones who knew you when you pissed in the bed. They want to hold you to that old person or who you were in a particular season, not knowing that you're out here growing. And so, look, man, mindset is everything. It's everything.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing is impossible, right? And like you said earlier in the call, things are created twice, once in your mind and then once in form. So by the time you see something, it was already created. So create what you want to do in your mind and then set forward to take those steps.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. You want to make that thought. That first initial investment is in your mind. It's in the ideal, and from the ideal, you bring the passion of that into your heart, and from your heart, it spurs out into your hands, and from your hands, you create that ideal. That's the way you actually want to move. You want to move from your mind to your heart to your hands, and that's everything else will flow in that. But you have to have your right mindset. You have to have that right mindset. If you don't have that right mindset, everything around you is going to fail. If the people around you don't have a mindset that's similar to yours, get the fuck away from it.
Yeah. And then listen, man, I'm like I said, out here in California with a bunch of professional musicians, and I feel so alive when I'm around this group of people who are doing the things that I like to do and that I'm doing, right? And then we get to share this information. And the mindset of a person who's living the life that they want to live, they're not ever. I know guys who play with Rihanna and Jay-Z and all these people, and they're looking like, okay, listen, this is great. This is great. How do I get better? How do I spend more time with my family? How do I work less and make more money? How do I invest, whether it be in crypto or whether it be in real estate? They're always asking the question, how do I get to the next level? Because what happened, life is like this, right? And, when you go down, once you come back up, you want to build a new floor. So you don't ever want to go back down to this level. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And since you're doing this, since the market is doing this, if we look at it 30 years or however back crypto go, I'm talking about the stock market, it does this. It's ups and downs, but it's always projecting up.
Mm-hmm. Like the stock market, for instance, has been on a consistent 37 year uptrend. Even though you see corrections, you see downfalls. We've seen the recession, but gradually over the last 37 years, the stock market has gradually been going up. Cryptocurrency is the same way. We will see a all-time high Bitcoin probably by the end of this year, going into next year. But you have to go through these cycles. And right now, with this cycle right here, is the time you need to be preparing most for the next bull market. Like right now, I got a list of coins right here that I always said that I've been looking at. I've been buying actively right now. And I'll give you all a few of these. The rest of them you got to come to CLA and get.
Yes.
Yeah. But right now, if you're not buying Bitcoin, you're crazy. If you're not buying Cardano, you're crazy. If you're not buying Ethereum like crazy, Ethereum right now is $2,400 still. You're crazy. If you're not buying Solana, you're crazy. If you're not buying DOT, you're crazy. If you're not buying BNB coin, you're crazy. The rest of them you got to come to CLA and get. But you need to be preparing right now for the next bull market. When there's blood in the streets, that's when you buy.
Look, man, the biggest fortunes ever are built during recessions and depressions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you hear a lot of chatter about the pandemic and how, the stimulus and how people, are doing bad and losing jobs and getting evicted. Sometimes I have to be careful in spaces. I haven't done this good since the .com boom. This is a great. The market is great, and when I say the market, I'm talking about the overall market. You know what I'm saying? The getting is good right now because people scared, and when people scared, that's when people who are smart can come in here and find deals and look back 10 years from now and be like, yo, man, 2020 was a great year.
And look here, man. I've had people hit me up. I probably get 40, 50 people a day hit me up crying about the market, to be completely honest. Crying. And this first thing I tell them, stop crying. The very first thing you have to learn is how to pull your emotions out of the game. And if you come to me crying about the market, that means you haven't done the full education. You haven't studied enough. You haven't read enough. You haven't educated yourself enough on this financial market. Because if you did, you wouldn't come to me crying because you'll know how to pull your emotions out of this game and actually see bigger gains in the future for the future. Right now is the time to be preparing. Right now is the time to be educating yourself. If you need the education, if you don't know everything you want to know and you want to enhance your level of knowledge on the crypto space, hit me up. You know, I teach cryptocurrency. But you have to invest into that mindset. You have to invest into your knowledge. You have to invest into yourself first before you can invest into these markets. So play the market smart by investing into the information right now so that you can get these greater gains in the future.
Shameless plug. CLA invite.com. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to learn this thing, if you want to be about that life, if you want to look back, you know, on Facebook and say 3 years ago today you were doing this, if you want to look back and be happy, go to CLAinvite.com. Become part of that winning team, because I'm telling you, a year from now is going to be a different time. Even the access that you have to Crypto Clear for OG might be different.
Ain't no might be. It's going to be different. It's definitely going to be different, man. Especially with everything we got going on with CLA right now. You can literally go to our platforms, our social media platform. You can learn how to buy, sell, and access data when it comes down to cryptocurrency. It's a full platform. We even have a marketplace for you to put your products on there for you to be able to buy and sell your products. Not only that, my full entire course is on Crypto Learning Academy. Go in there and learn. If you want me to teach you directly, hit me up, DM me. I will teach you directly. No problem at all. I got slots right now open for students. But the main purpose of all this is for you to get the information, man. Cryptocurrency is going to be it's not going to be, it's happening right now actively. It's the greatest transfer of wealth in human history. If you want to get over this financial wealth gap, if you want to become a better you financially, you need to get into this Crypto Learning Academy. You need to come over here and have, if not me, have somebody else teach you how to trade the crypto market, teach you how to engage into the crypto market, because eventually everything else is going to be ran. Everything's going to be ran to cryptocurrency. And you don't want to jump onto that bandwagon late. You want to be early to the market, early to the game, so that you can capitalize off of cryptocurrency versus actually using it anyway and not capitalizing on it at all.
Hey, man, I was at the beach. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I was at the beach the other day, and went out on the pier, and I watched the surfers. And I watched how they paddle out, and they would look, and they would watch a wave come in. And some waves they would let pass by. And then when they identify, okay, I'm going to get on this wave, they would turn around and start running with that wave. And that wave carried them all the way to where they was going. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the wave pass you, man. Don't let the wave pass you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then on top of that, man, you want to learn the fundamentals of anything you do. Right. You know, I'm an ex-ball player. I had to learn the fundamentals before I became Iverson. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn the fundamentals, how to do a layup, how to shoot properly. I had to learn these type of skills before I was able to actually go and play, play in leagues. Not the big league, but play in the different other leagues. You want to learn the fundamentals of the game. You have to learn the fundamentals. It's no skipping steps when it comes down to financial literacy. Right. You have to learn the fundamentals. So get with somebody, if not me, get with somebody who is, well knowledgeable on crypto investing, stock investing, forex investing. That's the route you want to go. Futures investing, and have them teach you step by step the game. Have them teach you the levels of knowledge when it comes down to this financial game, so that you can maximize your potential in investing. You don't want to be the person who just wants to jump on the next big hottest thing going. You might make a few dollars a couple of times, but it's going to be one major time you're going to lose everything because you don't have the background knowledge of the thing. Yeah. Learn the background knowledge of it. You want me to teach you? Cool. I got you. I got some slots open. If you want to actually go on Crypto Learning Academy, sign up. It's only $14.99 a month, and you got access to all this knowledge. My full course, marketplace, community, just like Facebook. We can text, post pictures, videos, everything on there, and you gain points to actually win free cryptocurrency. You can, but the main purpose of this is for us to get you the knowledge so that we can have more mass adoption in the crypto space of our people. Cool. So let's get it.
Look, man, go ahead and hit them with that famous last line so we can move on to the next thing.
You know what I like to say, man? In order to change the situation, you have to elevate your mind. When you elevate your mind, how's that saying go again? Did I forget my own damn saying?
Change your life.
Yeah, when you elevate your mind, you change your life. It's been a minute since we did a video.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, and that's why fundamentals, we got to keep practicing. People don't realize how much we practice this thing.
Yeah.
This is live. This is live, and sometimes you're gonna have some blurs, but you know, fundamentals. Like when you learn, you got to keep learning. And guess what? And so we out of here.